Hi, I'm Ingrid Zip, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we talk about technology, entrepreneurship, and personal finance. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin and how Bitcoin is going very mainstream lately. It's being adopted and accepted, and it's becoming part of every company's strategy moving into 2021. So if you don't understand what Bitcoin is and how it works, then I have a video for you that introduces the topic of Bitcoin and financial decentralization. I will link that below. Additionally, I think there's a card up here somewhere. I also have another video if you want to learn the difference between Bitcoin and some of its most popular altcoins, Ethereum and Litecoin. So that video will also be linked, so check that out too. So, Bitcoin's market cap recently reached $1 trillion, which puts it on par with some other major companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft. So that's how big of an entity Bitcoin has become at this point in history. So also we saw a rise in Bitcoin's price this past week, and some of that might be attributed to the fact that the government in the United States keeps printing more and more money, and that is sort of gambling with our future and with the quality and stability of the dollar going forward. So that could be one reason why we're seeing Bitcoin's price increase, in addition to the other myriad ways in which Bitcoin is becoming mainstream. So different stores of value have reigned supreme in different generations. First, there were precious metals, the discovery of gold, and gold as the ultimate, marker of value. Then you could argue there was land. So the colonization of land was another major movement in terms of what people thought of as valuable. Then there was the Industrial Revolution, and oil became a new standard for holding value, with many countries around the world fighting over oil and believing that oil was necessary to run a great country. In the 20th century, we saw the rise and boom of the stock market, and stocks became a common way that people held value. Now, what is going on today is that we are seeing the digitization of money. And now, will the great next wave of value holding be in digital currency? That's the question that's sort of up for grabs right now. It's somewhat speculative, but looking at how many companies are getting involved and people are getting interested in the digitization of money, it definitely looks like we're moving in that direction. So some big news just hit the press this week. Venmo and its parent company PayPal announced that it will be accepting digital currencies for the first time in the coming weeks. If you have an account with PayPal, you will be able to buy and sell Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. If you live in the United States, you'll be able to pay with cryptocurrency using PayPal in just a few weeks. And you can buy things with cryptocurrency from any of the 26 million merchants that you can buy things from using PayPal. At the eve of this announcement, PayPal shares actually jumped 5%. So PayPal actually has about 346 million user accounts, and of those 346 million, 10 million are actually merchant accounts, which generally have more money to spend and are used for things usually like e-commerce. So adding cryptocurrency to PayPal is the first time that cryptocurrency will be widely accepted and used in the e-commerce space. So let's look at where the future is going and the digitization of money and which companies are really taking hold in this space. If we look at the stock price of PayPal this year, it jumped 94% this year alone. If we look at the stock price of a competitor, Square, we can see that it's jumped 188% this year alone. Now, if these numbers don't mean a lot to you, remember that the stock market generally yields about 7 to 8% per year. So these are really big increases in stock price value. All right, so now let's do a little bit of comparison and check out the traditional banks and check out their growth rate over the course of this year. So if we look at Citibank, we see that its stock price is down 38%. If we look at Wells Fargo, we see that its stock price is down 54%. If we check out JP Morgan, which happens to own Chase, we see that its stock price is down 17%. Goldman Sachs is down 2%, and US Bank is down 27% this year. Just like these more innovative companies, PayPal and Square, are changing the way they do business, more traditional banks will have to convert a part of their balance sheet into cryptocurrency in the coming years. Square actually just converted $50 million into Bitcoin. The Federal Reserve in America actually just printed $3 trillion and added that to the balance sheet and is predicted to print another $1 to $2 trillion as part of the stimulus package. If we check out the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin is up 453% this year, and Ethereum is up 563% this year. Fidelity actually just announced that it's starting a new index fund for cryptocurrencies, which functions just like a traditional index fund, except people will be investing into a range of cryptocurrencies rather than a range of companies. So if more traditional investing firms are creating index funds for cryptocurrency, that means that pretty soon cryptocurrency will be a standard part of anybody's retirement portfolio or 401k, which is really pushing cryptocurrency into the mainstream. Price prediction for Bitcoin: as more companies start buying into Bitcoin, and as banks start buying into Bitcoin, and as more retail investors buy into Bitcoin through their 401ks, the price of Bitcoin will probably rise up to about 100k or even up to 250k. As more and more companies buy into the cryptocurrency space, we're only going to see the price of these coins rise higher and higher. Now you may be asking, is it too late to begin investing into cryptocurrency? The thing that's crazy here is even though we're getting really mainstream with Bitcoin, only 67 million wallets have been created in the history of Bitcoin. That's less than 1% of the entire world. So less than 1% of the world is even clued into investing in cryptocurrencies right now, so it's probably not too late to start investing. Now, as always with my videos, I love to zoom out and give you guys big picture conclusions, like what does this mean for the world and for the state of the economy? What does decentralization mean for the changing state of the economy? So one thing, I was listening to a Clubhouse room this week, and I heard about this company Rally.io, which makes coins for creators. So creators on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter, they can get their own coin now, so they can incentivize their audience to participate in certain things or whatever, through giving them their own valuable coin. So in essence, people can create their own economies now, which is really cool and really different from the past where only a government can create its own economy. Additionally, I heard another VC on Clubhouse talking about how in the future he wants to create products to help people build their own cities and governments. And so if Bitcoin creates a global economy where everybody uses cryptocurrency, then that could ultimately lead to either a global government or many smaller governments. The future is definitely changing and open to interpretation of how cryptocurrency will affect politics and communities. So I know Robinhood got a lot of bad press when it came to the whole GameStop thing and all the other stocks that it didn't let people buy for a time, but I personally really like the interface on Robinhood. So if you want some free stocks, use my sign up link below for Robinhood. Additionally, if you want to learn to program or code your own website, random, but if you do want to do that, I have a course that teaches people how to build their own website using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. I have also linked that below. And finally, definitely follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My username is IngridZip, same as everywhere else. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something today about how Bitcoin is going mainstream. So peace. Bye.